Hello again. I am Miss Kupka, and I really want to finish the second part of this chapter. I guess it's a two-part chapter of Coiling Dragon, which is a very good light novel. So I'm gonna switch to this screen. Perfect. It should be very short. Opa. Waiting. All right. Book 1, Chapter 3, The Dragonblood Warrior Clan, Part 2. The Dragonblood Warrior Clan? Linley felt as though his entire head was buzzing. In Linley's eyes, his clan was nothing more than just an ancient clan, which had fallen on hard times. How could it be related to the legendary Dragonblood Warrior? You don't believe me? A trace of arrogance could be seen on Hogg's face. Linley, go up and take a close look at those spirit tablets. By now, you can read all the words on them. On the back of every single spirit tablet is the history of those departed forefathers. The 3 spirit tablets at the very top are 3 who are Dragonblood warriors. Hogg took Linley by the hand. Come. Hogg led Linley towards the area behind the many spirit tablets. Lifting him up, Hogg said, Take a close look at those characters behind. Linley widened his eyes and began to read. The words carved onto the uppermost tablet were etched very deep and very clearly. Those 5,000-year-old characters told of an astonishing story. Baruch, the very first Dragonblood warrior of the Yulan continent. In the year 4560 of the Yulan calendar, outside the walls of the city of Linan, Baruch did battle against a black dragon and a titanic frostworm. In the end, he slew both the titanic frostworm and the black dragon, causing his fame to be spread across the world. In the year 4579 of the Yulan calendar, along the coastline of the northern sea of the continent, Baruch did battle against a 9-headed serpent emperor. On that day, the waves crashed unceasingly and nearby cities crumbled. But after a vicious fight lasting a full day and night, Baruch finally executed the 9-headed serpent emperor. Finally, Baruch founded the Baruch clan and became the first leader of the Baruch clan. Ryan Baruch, the second Dragonblood warrior of the Yulan continent. In the year 4690 of the Yulan calendar, in the mountain range of magical beasts, he defeated and subdued a saint-level golden dragon and became known as the Golden Dragon Rider Saint. In the year 4097, Hazard Baruch, the third Dragonblood warrior of the Yulan continent, born in the year 5360 of the Yulan calendar, in his very first battle, he fought fiercely with a saint-level bloody-eyed lion, in the mountain range of the setting sun. What is a maned lion? Is it maned? He defeated the lion, forcing it to scurry away and flee, causing Hazard to become famous throughout the world. One mighty name after another, one amazing story after another made the blood in Linley's veins pump all the more vigorously. My clan is actually the clan of the Dragonblood warriors? Linley was extremely excited. Beside him, Hogg said in a low voice, the first 3 generations of the Baruch family were all Dragonblood warriors. Upon becoming a Dragonblood warrior, one's life expectancy would dramatically increase. The second generation dragon blood warrior didn't get married or have children until after he was 700 years old. And afterwards, Linley wondered, Father, why doesn't our clan have any more dragon blood warriors? Hog nodded. To become a dragon blood warrior, the most important thing is the density and thickness of the dragon blood which flows in our veins. The higher the density, the better. After many generations, the density of the dragon blood in our veins has grown thinner and thinner. However, that isn't an absolute, because as time goes on, sometimes, out of nowhere, a descendant will possess a very high density of dragon blood. After Hazard Baruch, the fourth dragon blood warrior appeared nearly 1,000 years later. And then, after 1,500 years passed, which is to say tens of generations later, the fifth dragon blood warrior finally appeared in our clan. But in the 1,000 years from then until now, not a single dragon blood warrior has shown up. Hog shook his head and sighed. The fifth dragon blood warrior only stayed on the Yulan continent for around 2 centuries before he disappeared. In the 1,000 years since, our Baruch clan has totally decayed. Since then, after 1,000 years, even the most illustrious of families could decay. However, our clan still has hope. Perhaps in the future, one of our descendants will have the requisite density of dragon blood in their veins and meet the requirements to become a dragon blood warrior. If they meet the requirements after just a few decades of training, they would be able to become a true, full dragon blood warrior. And at that time, the Baruch clan would once more be restored to the glorious days of yore, when we were known as the Dragon Blood Warrior clan. Hog's eyes shone. Linley, you are 6.5 now. According to our rules, at your age, the test to see if your blood has a high density of dragon blood will be fairly accurate. Today, I am going to test you. Linley was stunned. Testing the density of dragon blood in my veins? Test me? Linley fully understood the implications of his father performing this test. This test would show whether or not he met the requirements for becoming a dragon blood warrior. Linley, wait here. I'll go get the dragon blood needle. Hog clearly was very excited as he immediately departed the ancestral hall for a nearby private room. Dragon blood warrior. Will I really become a dragon blood warrior? Linley was mentally fidgeting. Standing there, Linley's mind was a confused mess. He was filled with both eagerness and fear. He feared that the density of dragon blood in his veins wasn't high enough. If I fail, I guess Father will be extremely disappointed. Linley couldn't help but think. Having grown up with his father and his younger brother, Linley didn't want to disappoint his father. But the density of dragon blood in his veins wasn't something he could decide. After just a short period of time, Hog returned with a 20-centimeter long needle that was extremely thin as he walked out from the private room. Dragon blood needle, Linley guessed, as he stared at the long needle in his father's hands. All right, Linley, this needle will just barely break the skin when it goes in. It won't hurt at all. Stretch out your hand. Hog smiled and Linley nodded. Taking a deep breath, Linley stretched out his right arm. The slight trembling in his arm showed that Linley really was nervous, very nervous. Not just Linley, to tell the truth, even Hog was very nervous. Holding the translucent dragon blood needle, Hog lightly pricked Linley's ring finger with it, easily piercing the skin. Linley felt a piercing pain, and the translucent needle immediately turned crimson as well. Hands shaking, Hog immediately lifted the dragon blood needle up and inspected it carefully. Raising his head, Linley stared at his father, feeling extremely agitated. Is the density of dragon blood in my veins sufficient? Why has father stared at the dragon blood needle for so long? Linley had a bad premonition. Sigh. With an exhaled breath, Hog placed the dragon blood needle off to one side. Hearing his father's sigh, the nervous Linley knew that the density of dragon blood in his veins clearly didn't reach the required level. His tears immediately began to flow. Linley, why are you crying? Don't cry, be good, don't cry. Hog immediately hugged Linley. Seeing Linley cry, Hog felt sick at heart. After all, Linley was just 6.5. He was just a child. I won't cry. Yeah, I won't cry. Won't cry. Linley sniffled twice, then forced himself to calm down. Father, I'm sorry, I've let you down. Hearing Linley's words, Hog felt a warm feeling in his heart. He couldn't help but hold Linley against his bosom. Linley, don't feel bad. I actually didn't raise my hopes too high. Over 1,000 years and tens of generations, no one has become a dragon blood warrior. It doesn't matter that you also failed. Father doesn't blame you. Feeling the warmth of his father's chest, Linley's tightened chest gradually loosened. By this point, the 2-year-old Wharton had long since fallen asleep in Grandpa Harry's arms. Linley, at this point in time, the Baruch family just consists of you, me, and your little brother. I don't have any extravagant hopes. I've never dared to dream of becoming a dragon blood warrior. Hog laughed at himself satirically. How could becoming a dragon blood warrior be an easy task? Linley raised his head, staring at his father. Linley rarely saw his father speak to him in such a manner. Normally, his father was always very strict and unyielding. Staring at the rows of spirit tablets, Hog's eyes were filled with dreary sadness. My true goal is actually to recover the ancestral heirloom of the Baruch clan, passed down across the generations. Our ancestral heirloom? What's that? Why have I never heard about it? Linley asked curiously. Hog proudly said, our ancestral heirloom, the warblade Slaughterer. This was the weapon used by the very first leader of the Baruch clan, the very first dragon blood warrior of the Yulon continent. Alas, his descendants were unfilial. 600 years ago, because of poverty, a descendant who loved luxury actually sold our ancestral weapon for money. Wow. As he spoke, Hog was filled with so much fury that his body actually trembled. Shaking his head helplessly, he said afterwards, every single generation tried to recover the warblade Slaughterer, but despite 600 years of trying, none of us have succeeded. After all, when we sold the Warblade Slaughterer, it was for the price of 180,000 gold coins of gold. Gold coins of gold is good. 180,000 gold coins of gold. We aren't able to produce such a vast sum, but even if we were, the current owner wouldn't be willing to sell to us. The ancient clan of the Dragonblood Warriors actually had sold off its own ancestral heirloom. This was a humiliation. The humiliation of the ancient clan of the Dragonblood Warriors. Every succeeding generation had attempted to come up with ways to regain the Warblade Slaughterer, but despite 600 years of trying, they had never succeeded. As the current clan leader, Hog also had this desire, but the clan's economic situation was in dire straits. 180,000 gold coins of gold? Even if they sold off the manor and all of their possessions, sorry, my cat. They might not be able to produce such a vast sum. The ancestral heirloom was lost. This humiliation constantly weighed on Hog's heart. He felt ashamed and helpless, and unable to face his forefathers. Seeing the look on his father's face, Linley consoled him. Father, don't be unhappy. I promise that one day I will recover our family's heirloom and bring it back to this manor. You? Hogg chuckled. Eyes filled with love, he ruffled Linley's hair. In his heart, Hogg secretly said, Linley, do you know these words you just said? All those years ago, I said these same words to your grandfather as well. 600 years of efforts had all failed. How could it be easy to accomplish? After all, the person who had purchased the Warblade Slaughterer couldn't be an ordinary person. Why would they be willing to sell? Even if they were willing to sell, how could the decrepit? What? I'll check it out later. Baruch clan afford the cost? I guess it means like to have no money in it. Father, you don't believe me? Raising his head, Linley looked at his father questioningly. I believe you, Hogg laughed. Father and son held each other close. Only 3 members remained of the ancient Dragonblood clan in this era. When would this decaying clan be able to regain the glory and honor it had in prior years? At this moment, lying against his father's chest, Linley's fists were clenched tightly. The first book is a little bit slow, but I love it. I'm just gonna